Welcome to Alex and the Garbage Man with Alex, the Garbage Man, a small dog wearing a push-up bra, featuring more opinions and the chat. And now, here are your aging, balding, fattening Canadian hosts, Alex and the Garbage Man.
I like that one.
It's reached that point in the show where we have to resort to game show tactics. So we're kind of going downhill in terms of creativity.
I like it.
Well.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. I quite enjoyed it. I realize if this ever hits, we're gonna have to get some of those mascot dog stickers made up, right? Like
What?
Those the mascot dog with the push-up bra on.
Yes.
We'll have to get some stickers made up or something, right? So, hello, Casey.
What's up, Casey?
So,
and hello to Jolene, who from Facebook loves the stream already, and we haven't even said anything offensive yet.
We haven't even said anything offensive yet. So, how are things going in the Lower Mainland today? In the last week? Rainy?
Yeah, but it's great because we need it every once in a while.
Yeah, I agree. We had a little bit of snow and now nothing, and it looks like we sprung into spring. We got a colder day on Sunday, but then we're back up into the double digits, and
wow. Jesus, you're young, Casey.
Yeah, you're still all fucking ribs and cock. Jesus. And we're there. Hello, Jolene.
Hey, Joe.
So, before I got on the air, me and Alex were having a discussion about children. And my son is my greatest gift ever. I love my son. He's my favoriteest person in the world.
Wrong.
He really is.
Wrong.
No, it's not wrong. That is not saying, however, that there are times where I think it should have had another dog. Because like our dog now, she gets angry. Notice how, okay, so here's, I just thought of this. Me and the wife are going to have a discussion about this after. We've had 2 male dogs. We've never had really any issues with peeing in the house after they're trained and chewing on stuff and going into things, right? We now have this female dog who I think she gets pissed. Like I said, we jammed once, so I put her upstairs, and we have a door that separates the basement from upstairs. She chewed the shit out of her collar, like into pieces, and pissed on the floor.
Does that have to do with nerves or something?
I don't know. I think she was mad because she couldn't be down here with us.
Okay.
And I think that happens too when she was getting left in the house. So anyways, I'm saying, but what I'm saying now is she gets put in a kennel when we're not home. She's kenneled now because I'm not going to have her pissing in my house and chewing on things.
Yeah.
That being said, I can put a dog in a kennel and everything's okay. I put a child in a kennel and I'm going to jail. And my little shaved ape would probably King Kong out of a kennel, let's be honest, right? So, anyways, this got me to thinking, just things he's done that's really made my head, go, what the fuck, right? And that led me to thinking, like, why, like, what is it really true that now, because discipline has changed so much and the way you deal with your children has changed so much, that we're creating this, I don't want to say monster because he has moments like monsters as plural for children in general. I don't want to call it a vacuum. I don't even know what the word to describe the situation, but I know I could probably speak for me, Alex, and Ryan for sure. I know that if we talk to our parents the way my son talks to me, there would be no Alex in the garbage bin. I'm not saying my dad would have killed me. But if I had told him to go fuck himself, he would have ripped my bottom jaw off and I wouldn't be able to talk. So there wouldn't be a show. Right? So I wonder if this is causing an irreversible situation in the world where kids, we're seeing more and more now, a study, and I'll look it up here once I shut up and let Alex speak, that more and more young kids are living with their parents or living with their grandparents, like when they're 25, 26 years old, because they can't function in society because they don't have proper jobs. They don't have the means to survive. Now, I don't know if that's because their parents, because I said to Alex beforehand, I have a son. I taught him how to change oil on a truck. Our vehicle. I've taught him that how to change a tire. I've taught him how to do like an oil change. I'm trying to think of the things that he should know. And I would have done the same thing for her daughter. I would have done the same thing if my niece was here. I mean, I'm sure her dad would have taught her the same. But if my niece was here, I would have been like, look, you need to know this shit. If I had a daughter, it would have been the same thing. You need to know this stuff. But I don't know if there's just a lack of parents doing that these days, or I don't know what it is. So I'm going to look up the stat. Like, what do you think, Alex? How do you feel about this situation? And you're from the perspective of you don't have any children. So I'm just curious what your perspective is.
Of course, in the eyes of most people out there, my perspective is null and void simply by virtue of having no children. However, looking at the age in which we grew up versus the age in which your son grew up, there are a number of different societal and economic factors that come into play. I'll look happy if I want. No one's going to tell me different, Jolene. Sure, I could have made different decisions, but no, I had the freedom. Oh, that freedom. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it's, I guess you could call it a coming of age with regards to the evolution of society. You look at how people talked and how things were in the 1970s versus how they are now. Huge difference in the way people talk and are aware of things and how they treat each other and such. Hey, Gordon. Yes, it does die here. That's the way it is. There are millions of people out there currently and in the past who didn't have children, and that particular branch of their family line was cut right there. It is what it is. It's just a function of, I don't know, society. Now, even though this particular line won't go on, Nick's line will, your line will, Jolene's line will. Casey, Casey will live on in the digital age, like long after Casey is gone, which is going to be in probably 5 years because he looks like 50. No, I'm kidding. He's going to live on because his world is video games. So he has all those children, all 25,000 plus of them probably.
So I was trying to bring this up, but of course they want me to sign up. Let's see if I can get this read. So I guess I'll allow your ads for fuck's sakes. All right. So there's a study here. Again, I don't know what this study is claiming because I can't read it because I got this fucking thing in my way. But it says 52% of young Americans live at home. Now, of course, I can't click on this to find out what their thing of young is because it's got all this shit popping up on me. But all right, in Canada, as to www.12statcanjc.ca, All right, StatCan, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
So young adults living with their parents, and this was 2016. So yeah, that's a little old, but more than 1 in 3, 37% young adults aged 20 to 34 were living with at least one parent in 2016. Okay, and that share has been increased since 2001. Over the same period, the share of all adults living with their own family decreased by about half. So that's interesting. But this was 2017 saying that there are that many kids still. So now, this is from 2020. There it is again, that 52% of young adults reside in one or both their parents' house, up to 47% in February.
Oof.
Wow. So this is this so this is the first time really since the Great Depression that the majority of young adults in the US are living with their parents.
Apparently, that's a thing in Europe too. I want to say Italy is a prime example of young people living with their parents into their 20s and 30s. I don't know about 40s. Usually, when they get married, that's when they move out. Yeah.
So, and according to this study here, like this, and the coronavirus did not help with this either, of course. It shared that 18 to 29-year-olds living with their parents has become a majority since the U.S. coronavirus cases spread earlier this year. So in July, 52% of young adults reside with one or both parents, up from 47% in February. So isn't that crazy to think that you're that unstable with whatever job you're doing in life, that jumped from February to July? February, March, April, May, June. So 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 26 million. The number living with parents grew to 26 million, an increase of 2.6 million from February. Wow.
And there are a number of factors from that. Some of it is the economy not being able to hold out jobs, coronavirus. Some people are living with their parents because their parents are elderly and they don't want to send them into a home yet. Sometimes it's young people living with their parents so that they can save up enough money to move out on their own and not have to move back, like saving up that whole pile of money that you need, last month's rent, enough to get by for a stretch of time and then hopefully build from there with a job. Number of factors. And Gordon was saying Idiocracy must be the best prophetic movie of all time, which is both hilarious and sad because at the time that film was written, I think, by Mike Judge, it was 2006 it was released. I think Judge was kind of looking at it as partly a joke, like, haha, what if society went this way? And hey, I see something going on, and it would be sad if society went this way.
Yeah. So it just, I don't know. I kind of wonder where the world, like how it's going to go when we're gone and our children and their children, you know what I mean? Like it's just, you know.
That's another factor. Kids leaving because the relationship with the parents is not working. Yeah, some kids running away from home, just leaving because they can't stand it anymore. A lot of LGBTQ kids leave as soon as they can. Like when they hit 18, they're out because their parents are, fundamentalist Christian, for example. Yeah. Again, number of factors. Gordon brings up another one. It's been a while, Gord. How you doing? Hope life is good.
So that being said, something interesting today that was brought up on the Jim Cornette podcast. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due, just to show how absurd that is. Like how religion to me is, again, I think the biggest evil in the world. It'll never, in my opinion, money's up there, but religion is number one to me. So he actually has a gay Catholic friend who has said to Jim, I'm going to burn in hell. And Jim's like, well, why do you think that? He's like, well, I'm Catholic, but I'm committing a sin. And he's like, so Jim's like, so why the fuck are you going to church then? Why do you believe in this if this is like damning you to death, or to hell because you love someone who a book written fucking 3,000 years ago and redone and redone and redone and redone and redone. It says that it's a sin. Fuck off. Like that's ridiculous. Wow. That blew my mind when he told that story. It fucking blew my mind.
It could be that he keeps going because of repentance. I don't know. Catholicism is slightly different than Christianity in terms of it being a bit more lax in terms of rules, if I remember correctly. There's another idea that God loves you no matter what. Love the sin or hate the sin, that kind of idea. Or maybe it's just a habit for him. But regardless, if he's still going and he's got these feelings of guilt, that weighs down on his conscience and his mental health. So he's got to figure that out. He's at a crossroads at this point, I think.
Yeah, I just found that very, very interesting that you would believe that and just continue. Like, oh, man, wild, absolutely wild. Right, and I think
another interesting thing, I learned this 2 years ago from listening to the Friendly Atheist podcast. In Alberta, there are private Catholic schools that are government funded. I can't remember the names of them exactly, but there's some kind of, I don't know if it's a loophole or if it's in legislation, that tax dollars go towards specific Catholic schools. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to do my research on that one or find the episode where it was and bring up that. But you being in the land of cows and oil, you're also in the land where government funds religion in terms of education.
Awesome.
Not really.
No, that was total sarcasm.
I know.
Fuck me. No, I need to look this up. Let's see. Catholic schools in Alberta.
And Jolene, he's not using the blanket statement that everyone who believes in religion is bad. It's in terms of, I think, over the overarching religious leadership itself, perhaps, because there are people who are very devout, yourself, my grandma, who you know, and others who are quite good people. But, you know, with some people, it's not a good fit. It brings out the worst in them. In Newfoundland, Catholic public school in Newfoundland. Wow. Imagine trying to speak Latin with a Newfie accent. You might as well be from Mars or something.
No, I can't find anything right now. I got to dig a little deeper into that.
There we go. That's a good point that Jolene brings up. Spirituality. It's like, if you get a questionnaire and it says, what religion are you? None is an option.
Yes.
Maybe Jolene is one of the nuns, or she would click in spirituality. I don't know.
My mom is the same thing. My mom is spiritual. She believes, like, it's not religion, she's spiritual.
Gotcha.
I think religion is an organized, I think it's a cult. Well, it's a cult, but it's an organized fucking pyramid scheme. That's how I feel. With
a collection plate and all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, the Lord's just really shitty with money, I guess.
Yeah, who?
George Carlin.
But he needs money.
He needs money. Yep. Well, see, and then, like, again, like, just funny how the world is. So, Pamela Anderson splits from fourth husband after 1 year in marriage. There should just come a time where, like, you're not allowed to do this anymore. Obviously, you don't know what to do with this and how to do this. So just don't do it anymore.
Well, if we're going to implement that rule, it should have been done with Larry King 6 wives ago.
Yes. Oh, no, and I completely agree. I completely agree with that. It should be like, hey, you're not good at this, so you should just stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just stop, right?
Cult culture. Yeah. Cult being a mini offshoot of the larger culture, like groups within a group. Yeah, makes sense. Branches and such.
So I'm seeing something here. I of course, it's a video and I can't watch a video right now, but seeing something that the convoy lady that put everything together, so Tamara Lich,
yeah,
is facing, like, could be facing some pretty hefty time behind bars, apparently.
Do you know anything with regards to charges?
I'm trying to bring it up right now. The last thing I'm just clicking on it. I think it's just videos. Of course, I can't fucking watch videos right now, but I was hoping just to read something. 10 years, eh? But I'm wondering what the charges are. That's what I'm curious about. Is like what are the charges?
Yeah, that's a great thing about Pam Anderson. She had a big career in the 90s, so she made a bunch of money there. Marries 4 guys. When the divorce happens, she gets half of what they have. Of course, Tommy Lee had a whole bunch. I don't know who the hell else she married, but yeah, she's probably sitting pretty at this point. And Larry made a bunch of money over his career.
Yeah. So multiple various offenses, including mischief.
I hate it when they use words like that.
Mischief.
Yeah, there's another term that the police use that can be very widely interpreted, and I hate that it's not specific. Of course, they can apply it to the individual situation at the time, but it makes law enforcement in this particular regard look bad. Oh, they're just trying to nail her for anything. It does look that way, but of course, as with everything else, you got to read deeper into it.
Okay, so here's I'm finding some. There might be more here, but okay, so she's being charged with counseling to commit the offense of mischief. Chris Barber, who is also involved, is charged with counseling to commit mischief, counseling to commit offense of disobeying a court order, counseling to commit the offense of obstructing police.
Okay.
Well,
that remains to be seen during the court case. Yeah.
It's a big charge. So, okay, speaking of charge, I know we're going to, that's what I love about the show. We're going to bounce fucking everywhere, okay? So, an NFL player got suspended for a season for betting on himself, betting on his own team, okay? Now, got suspended for a year for this, okay? All right. And this was brought up on Twitter. Another football player brought it out. There have been...
You are missing out a little bit, Gord, because the Cheesecake Factory is unbelievably good.
We had a Cheesecake Factory here. No more.
Oh.
Okay, so I just want to bring up... Sorry, I thought we're talking about law and just how fucked up law can be. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't find it. That's coach suspensions, player suspensions. Can't find it right now. But so this guy, he bet on himself, and he got suspended for a year. Okay. Calvin Ridley is gone for the whole season this season for gambling. Okay, gambling. Now, I'm 1 year, and now I'm going to bring up people who had federal charges for child abuse, domestic violence. Was on one of the guys. I mean, he was acquitted. Well, and I'm not talking OJ. Was up for murder charges, and ended up being acquitted, but didn't face any repercussions for what had happened. So, okay, of course, this is just running like shit right now. But
yeah, unfortunately, that is enough, Gordon. If that's on your record and Border Patrol sees that, they're going to say, nope, you're not going over. It's almost like they'll take anything and say, nope, we're not letting you in. Why would they not want the tourism money? But then again, I don't know what it takes to be a border guard and what their rules are. So there's got to be more to it. Yeah.
So 2004. Okay. Yeah. So for 2004, Sam Brandon in 2005 was arrested on domestic violence charges. For his transgression, he was suspended the first 2 games of 2007 season. Domestic violence got 2 games. A guy bet on himself and was suspended for a year.
Now, the domestic violence, was he charged or just accused?
He was arrested. Let's see. Let me see here. Let's see. Okay, so the case was dropped. But no, first arrest case was dropped. Second arrest suspended by NFL. So he did it twice.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Des Bryant, domestic violence 2012 was unresolved. So nothing unresolved. I don't even know what the fuck that means. No suspension. Okay. So this gentleman was arrested 3 times. Dwayne Carswell, 3 times. First arrest, 1 year probation. Second arrest, diverse program community service. Third arrest, 1 year probation. NFL suspension, 1 game.
Oh.
1 game.
He must be really good in playing in the NFL to only get suspended for 1 game after 3 arrests. Like, isn't it time to go at that point?
Yeah, I'm trying to find, because there's lots of cases dropped. But even if there's a case dropped, no suspension, unknown. Like resolve unknown, no suspension. These are guys that have domestic violence. And they're not getting anything. Unresolved or case dropped. Now I wonder if the case gets dropped because the woman just like, I don't want to press charges. You know what I mean? Like,
good possibility.
Okay, running back, Lionel Gates. Okay, he was arrested for domestic violence in 2007. Resolve diverse program anger management, ordered to pay $3,200 of restitution. No NFL suspension. Like, yeah. So, and then I know there's also, Adrian Peterson had child endangerment or child abuse charges against him. He never had no sentence. I'm trying to see if there's any resolutions that actually did. Okay, here's a guy, Nick Harper, ended up being arrested for domestic violence on my son's first birthday, actually, June 4th, 2005. He was sentenced to a diversion program, no suspension. Like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is I'm trying to find if there's any fucking bigger names in here. Santonio Holmes. So he was arrested in 2006. The case was dropped, but he got suspended for 4 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy, not the abuse. So I thought I think it's very interesting that a guy bets on himself, gets suspended for a year, but there's people who have, committed domestic violence, child abuse, and they didn't get any games. It's kind of ironic, don't you think?
A little bit, yeah. Their tolerance seems to be lopsided in terms of justice. It's, instead of gambling, I would have thought in this day and age he would have been hit with insider trading. As strange as that sounds.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, because if you can skim points or whatever, but he bet on himself to win, not lose. So I could see if you were betting on yourself and then like they go look at the tape and you're like, I think he was a receiver or not. He's like dropping balls or, like not running, like they could figure it out. But if this guy's playing to win and bet on himself, like, fuck, who cares?
You got to play really good. Yeah, that is a bet and gambling of sorts, but it's not exactly insider trading.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as betting against yourself. That is true.
Right.
Yes.
So I just find it funny the way the world works. Or some people's thought process goes,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it seems to be out of whack, and it's more and more the case in this day and age that if something seems to be out of whack, then either it is and that person is crazy, or you got to do a whole lot of reading in order to understand why it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And I get that too. So interesting, very, very interesting. So what have you got to discuss?
I got some Karen videos.
Yes, you do. Da, da, da. Curvature.
And they're shorts. The Karen channel that I linked to, Karen's in the Wild, they haven't posted in 2 weeks, and it looks like they're getting kind of clickbaity. So I might remove that from the description down below and either find something else or, not. Whoops.
Uh-oh. Is it not working?
No, I got one. This first one might be fake, but I found it funny and entertaining anyway.
Taking gas out of my car?
My hose got stuck.
That doesn't even make sense.
Oh!
What are you doing?
Alex? Okay,
Yeah.
Alex, waiting.
Should I play it again? Did you not see it?
No, nothing popped up for anybody.
Oh, okay. I'll try this again.
There it is. This is running really slow.
Doing?
There it is.
Nothing.
Are you taking gas out of my car?
My hose got stuck.
That doesn't even make sense.
Oh!
What are you doing?
Yeah, okay, that's fake.
I think that's fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of funny anyway, though.
Like, oh,
Doing it for them clicks, bruh.
them clicks, bro. All right, you got to redeem yourself after that one.
Oh, I will. This one I really don't think is fake. And this is in... Geez, I looked up how to pronounce this yesterday, but I've forgotten. Ajijic, Mexico. Ajijic, Mexico, I think it is.
Okay. Maybe I'm just running slow on my end. I don't know.
You see it?
Enjoy it. It sucks. That's not. That's a different person.
Get a mask! Get a mask. Here. Fuck you, bitch. I'll slap the shit out of you right now.
Come and do it. Come and do it. This guy just treated me like shit because I walked on the sidewalk.
So what? You're supposed to be wearing a mask.
So what? I really did just get over COVID. I'm not contagious. I just
Get away
estimated.
from me.
Oh, okay, you better get your fucking shit in. I mean, I don't care if you're the paper. I'll kick the shit out of you. I've been sick and I don't need to be treated this way.
Yes, you
I
do.
walked down a sidewalk.
Get the fuck back to
I
where you came
walked
from.
on a sidewalk.
Get out of here. Look out. Tranquilo. Yes. You're fucking crazy. You don't go to Tabasco. Karen.
I'm not Karen anyway.
Yes, you are a Karen.
So whenever I see a male and a female interact like that, I always go to, and like a lot of guys be like, "Hey, McGee, the guy pushed it." You don't want to get hit. You don't keep your fucking hands to yourself. Like, and again, like, he wasn't like inappropriate. He didn't fucking punch her in the face. Like, she pushed him. He fucking pushed her back. Like, fuck you. Right? Wow.
Thanks for the love, Gordon, on Facebook. Appreciate it.
I don't, that's amazing. And then I just got over COVID. Oh, so if this is the time when we were being asked to wear masks, just wear a mask then.
But I don't need to because I got the antibodies and now I'm invincible. Are you, though?
Well, sorry, Superman. Fuck, the only thing that'd take you down is kryptonite. What are you, Bill Clinton? Fuck.
I am. Yeah, Ryan's here. I am kryptonite.
I think the time you better bring kryptonite. So.
Bulletproof was what I meant to say.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's been a while since I heard that one.
Mm-hmm. So what else you got? You said a couple. Is that it?
There's another one. This, I think, is less Karen and more... Oh, I can't remember this one, but it's angry Walmart worker. Oh, I remember now. It's a person who videoed themselves getting on the intercom at Walmart and quitting their job. And I think she made some decent points.
Walmart shoppers and associates. My name is Beth from Electronics. I've been working at Walmart for almost 5 years, and I can say that everyone here is overworked and underpaid. The attendant policy is bullshit. We are treated from management and customers poorly every day. Whenever we have a problem with it, we're told that we're replaceable. I'm tired of the constant gaslighting. This company treats their elderly associates like shit. To Jared, our store manager, you're a pervert. Greta and Kathy, shame on y'all for treating your associates the way you do. I hope you speak to your families the way you speak to us. Shout out to Cominique, Patty, Chardell, and so many more. Walmart doesn't deserve y'all. Fuck management and fuck this job. I quit.
I mean, yeah, you maybe shouldn't have done that, but I get it. I've heard that about Walmart everywhere.
Yep.
You know, and that's why you can't get good associates at Walmart. That's why, because you pay your people, and this goes for any minimum wage. You pay your people like shit, and it's getting to the point where you're not fucking replaceable anymore.
Yeah, at this point, when so many people are quitting retail jobs, particularly because of how they've been treated in the past 2 years, I get it. Yep.
And that's why people just don't like, and that's why people aren't going back.
Yeah.
And I don't blame fucking people. You know, I liked it. I completely agree. If you paid your, and this is what I don't get. Now, this is only what I've heard. Okay, like I'm gonna look this up while I'm talking about it. I have heard that Costco actually pays a very decent wage.
I've heard that too. Yeah, and I've heard it enough times that I think it's true. But don't quote me on that.
Yeah, and I don't know either.
No research. Hashtag no research. Speech of the year, and it's only March. Wow, it's all downhill from here. Hey, Gord.
So let's just Kate. So I'm looking here at the average Costco wholesale price, like what they pay. Okay. So a Commis, COMMIS, gets 18 like that. So that's not really that good. Is this Canada or is this? Yeah, this is .ca.
Mm.
So a front end associate is $16 or $17 an hour. So that's really not that good. Cashier $15.38. So that's really not that good. Let's see.
Look at their meat and deli department.
Yeah, $15 an hour. That's for a meat wrapper. 18, I think it says.
Ooh.
Yeah. So apparently they have lots of benefits. This was from a former employer, cashiers. I love it here. Super chill and laid back. Lots of benefits, super flexible. We also get paid more than minimum wage. So I guess it is a little more than minimum wage. A lot of places here is like everywhere it's 5 out of 5. Great benefits. Got paid $4 more than when working on Sundays. Depending on the warehouse you work at, the management can vary. I've had bad experiences with people making work schedules. However, this varies from warehouse to warehouse. Overall, great workplace, amazing benefits. This is another 5 out of 5, 5-star review. Very good benefits, excellent job security, good management, friendly workers. 3 to 4 years, get full-time. Everything works on seniority, paid vacation, and sick leave. So I guess it's one of those things. It's probably where you start at minimum wage, and you probably do get bumped up. I'm guessing, once you put your time in, kind of like anywhere else, right?
Yeah, kind of like I think Save on Foods was that way. Every 500 hours that you worked, you got another $0.25 increase in pay per hour, I think. Something like that.
So, yeah. But I've seen the way they treat people at Walmart, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
So.
Now, if you liked the angry Walmart workers speech, I got another one for you. This is guy checks Karen at McDonald's for harassing the workers.
Why don't you shut me up? I'm so tired of ignorant people like you coming in here talking bad about the workers. That's why you can't get workers. Who wants to sit here and listen to some bitch come in here and talk shit to them? Let that man work. That man ain't causing you no problems. He's doing the best he can. It doesn't matter what I like. I can tell you don't like it. Well, too bad. Go someplace else. Go to Burger King. Have it your way. Have it your way at Burger King. Would you shut the fuck up? I just said that. I said shut the fuck up.
Would you like me to call?
I don't care who you call. I could care less.
Excuse me, can you call the police?
You call them.
Yes, you can.
You call them. You see they're busy.
Well, then
Pause the video.
Yeah.
I don't know how much long was left. Okay. But yeah, so you're obviously probably, for this gentleman to finally, so I have been in this position and I've just bit my tongue because I don't want to cause a scene, especially in Tabor, right? I've only done it once, and I think I've told that story at Walmart with the Russian guy, but I can tell it after. But yeah, so call the police. So you just probably bitched at these people because they're not making your processed food fast enough. As judging by your body, you should be eating more of it. And and now you're telling them to call the police.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like what this guy's doing. So go ahead. Finish her up.
Better yet, I don't want the food.
You don't need the
You don't need the food. I heard that right before. But that's the thing. So because you treated someone like shit, somebody stepped up and treated you like shit, now you want the police called.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Yeah. So
Hey.
hello, Frankie.
Yeah,
so-
Casey was here earlier begging for attention because he's going to be 40 pretty soon.
Yeah, and they had to make sure to come tell us that. My story of, and I know I told it once before, maybe when I was on the other show, but me and my son, like Cole was young. Cole was maybe 7 or 8 years old. I don't even think me and Kim, anyways. And we're behind this gentleman, and the policy at the Walmart here in Tabor, because I don't know if it's because we're so close to the American border, but it was on par. Like I'm giving you Canadian money back. That's what you get. We're not giving American money out. We're a Canadian Walmart.
Yeah.
And this guy was just blasting this young girl. Like she was just a teenager. And he was motherfucking this poor girl. Just like bitching her out. And I couldn't contain myself. I was like, hey, this is Canada. We don't talk to people like that here. And he's like, oh, you shut up. I remember him saying, I said, listen, motherfucker. You may talk to like people like that down there in the States. We don't talk to people like that fucking here. Take your money and leave. And he kind of grumbled. I said, just fucking go. Like, and my Colin's right there. So, and he finally grumbled off and took his money and left. And he was kind of looking at me pointing. And I was like, and the girl said, thank you. And she was very like thankful that I did it. And I remember saying to Colin, I looked at him and said, you got to stand up for people when it comes to stuff like this. There was no need for him to be talking to her that way. If you have a gripe like that, you go to the manager and discuss it with the manager. You don't get mad at some poor girl that's getting paid scratch right now to do this shit. You shouldn't talk to anybody like that because it's not going to get you anywhere. You think if you motherfuck somebody, they're going to be like, oh, here, let me help you. You just motherfucked me. No, I'm going to go out of my way as much as possible not to fucking help you. So anyway, we're going outside. We go out and he had walked. He was going to his truck, right? I didn't even know he was a trucker. He wanted American money, and he was coming back. He started to come back out to, he started coming back out from his truck, and I remember handing the bag of stuff I had to Cole, and I said, "Hold this, buddy," and I handed my son the bag, and I was like, "Okay, if you're gonna fight, let's go." And I was ready. And he kind of stood and looked at me, and he turned and jumped in his truck and left. But like, I don't know. I've never understood what motherfucking someone is gonna do. I've never got that. There comes a time where your patients are gonna get trouble. We've all been there. Everybody has been there. The one time that I remember the most, I motherfucked someone. This woman was trying to help me because my internet wasn't working right. Something went wrong, and this was something I think everybody here could say, okay, I understand why you motherfucked her. So this is a time when like the internet it was high speed, but there wasn't wireless or anything. And the woman actually said to me, unplug your telephone wire. So the old school telephone wire, and turn it around and plug it back in.
Okay.
And I couldn't help myself. And I was like, bitch, this isn't a one-way fucking valve. All right. It isn't going to make a fucking difference. Are you kidding me? Like, cause I just couldn't, it was, and after, like, of course I didn't apologize to her and I felt really bad, but I'm like, this poor woman is in some call center in who knows where, reading an instruction manual for that she's supposed to go through. And I just couldn't contain myself. Because it's not like there's a valve in your fucking, those old school wires that you use to plug a phone in, that me switching the ends was going to make a difference. And I couldn't contain myself. And I motherfucked this poor woman. Have you ever done that? Just, you couldn't contain yourself and you just, maybe afterward you felt bad or you apologized right away, or you're like, you know what, fuck that bitch or fuck that asshole.
Not that I can think of, no. It has probably happened a time or two in 20 years, but nothing comes to mind. You see, motherfucking someone, it's an art. It's got to be finessed in there. Not everyone is Samuel L. Jackson. As a matter of fact, no one aside from Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. You heard it here first.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
And there's a way to motherfuck somebody. Yeah, and I mean, we give Samuel L. Jackson a lot of credit, but he takes the scripts that he's given and turns
he motherfucks them.
And he motherfucks it, right? And he does it like perfectly, right? Like, you know, you think about the big speech that he gives in Pulp Fiction in the room there. It's like, that is wow. And not only and only because it was only ever Samuel L. Jackson, but you could never think of anyone else doing that and having the gravitas that he did for that situation.
Yeah, I can't think of, and they look similar. Lawrence Fishburne having that role and doing the same lines. No way, he wouldn't have pulled it off.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have the voice for it.
He's got a different voice.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like, I couldn't see. They say that, and because I couldn't see Samuel L. Jackson being Morpheus. You motherfucker, choose a pill, right? Like, you know.
Look, motherfucker, you want the red pill or you want the blue pill? Come on, motherfucker, let's go.
Or what? Say what again? Say what again, motherfucker?
I know Kung Fu. No, you don't, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch, I knocked your ass the fuck out. Bitch. Actually, one of my favorite Samuel L. Jackson spoofs is the Dave Chappelle show, the Sam Jackson beer.
Yes, and Bill Burr was in that.
Yes, he was. Bill Burr with hair.
Yeah.
He had hair. That is one of my favorite. Yeah.
Will you stop yelling at me, please?
Bitches in no time. Drink, bitch. Drink.
Can you stop yelling at me, please?
Haven't you seen my movies? This is how I talk. Juice.
That was a good one. Yeah. Deep Blue Sea. They ate me. A fucking shark ate me. Drink,
bitch. Yeah. Good motherfucking choice, motherfucker. I really need to go on YouTube and make sure we put no kids for this one. Whew. That was a lot of motherfuckers right there.
We might even get age restricted for sex and nudity like we did 2 streams ago.
Yeah, that was your fault, motherfucker.
I wasn't talking about no sex. Ryan was there.
You and Ryan were talking sex?
Yes.
I just had sex. Hey!
Oi! Look who's here.
How's it hanging? Fucking low and to the left.
Short, shriveled, and slightly to the left.
Yeah. Such a
As Jim Carrey said in Liar Liar.
What a great movie. I
watched that recently. Yes, it does hold up for the most part.
Does it hold up? Okay, because I haven't watched it in a long time. Just remember the last time I watched it, I enjoyed it. So, push too many buttons, man. I'm lost. I need an adult. Oh, are you? Oh, she must be really fucking fucked up. It's St. Patty's Day over there, isn't that like a national holiday in Britain and Scotland and Ireland, aren't they all like?
They're all like Michael Flatley. Yeah.
I am the Lord of the Dance. Fuck Michael Flatley, it's me.
Yeah, she's close enough to Ireland, yeah, but I don't know that it's universal.
Yeah, and the way they carry on here, but it's fucking ridiculous.
I can see in the eastern United States where there was a huge Irish immigration surge back in the 1800s. Yeah, especially in fact in Boston and shit.
Boston,
In fact, in Boston,
yeah.
I could see there, but over here in I don't know that there's a really large contingent of Irish. But hey, if it's an excuse for people to drink, fine.
I guess.
I guess. And I'm not sure what Heather was trying to say with this comment, if she was trying to say the F slur or agents or what? Or F gents. What is an F gent? I would like to know.
F gents? It's good. Hey! Clear.
Oi, governor, you want to see me spikes under me knickers?
I'm quite
She's pissed again. It's actually considered a solemn day in Ireland, so they drink, but they're not happy about it.
Well, I tell you one thing, then it's fucking different over here because they're all, especially on the weekends.
Oh yeah, do you remember the name Sam Tier? He was from Mackenzie, old guy.
Yeah, Sam. Yeah, Sam. That's yes,
at the mill.
Yes, wasn't Sam Sherry's father? Sherry and Cheryl's, wasn't that like Lawrence, Lindsay Lawrence's grandpa? Sam, was that? Yeah, I
I
think.
have no idea.
Fuck! You're supposed to know that shit.
Yeah, probably. Dad would know.
Would he know? Would he know?
Yeah, he would. He's into genealogy and stuff. Not only ours, probably other people's too.
Apparently,
It's
everyone
probably-
else's. It's kind of weird.
If people talk to him, he's just writing the shit down so he could put it on his computer later.
And you're from where exactly? Okay, there. No, it is not made for children. There, finally figured that shit out. But yeah, I always thought like, yeah, and I remember as a kid that was always, oh, if you don't wear it, you got to get pinched. Remember, pinched if you don't wear green. You don't remember that as a kid?
No one ever did that to me.
No. Maybe it was just a reason people wanted to pinch me. Come here, Tubby.
Like because the Pillsbury Doughboy commercials were going on at that time. They wanted to see if you go hee.
Oh, fucking. I'm
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, I guess you're right. That's what it was, Dad.
Wow. That's like, see, that's like low key saying you're a pervert without saying you're a pervert. They look at it differently. Like, no, I'm into genealogy. Oh, okay. Meanwhile, 20 years ago was, I want to see who fucked who and while they're here. Ow.
And then it goes back to idiocracy with the ever evolving fucking branch of that idiot.
Okay. So here, full disclaimer on this one. This was not something that I said. But this reminds me of when we were getting on, like, figure who had sex with who. So I went back for upgrading for 1 year schooling, and then I got a job working through the forestry program, working in the bush on a cut block, brushing and weeding. And there was me, Chris Saavedra, Matt Earl, Dustin Martin, Chris Crespane, Russ Nolan lasted like a week. Georgia Ivy was out there. And Todd Morissette.
Jesus, dream team, hey?
All right. And, of course, Saavedra, being Saavedra.
Yep.
Just bugging the shit out of Todd Morissette. Bugging.
Yep.
You're right. And then one day, Chris is busting his balls. And Todd said something about, well, I'm not full native. Half European. Without him missing a beat, Saavedra says, oh, so what you're saying is that one of my European relatives came over here and raped your fucking mother or grandmother. We had to grab Todd. I thought Todd was going to kill him.
Disavow. Disavow.
I did. I was just like, what? And this is back in 99.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not supposed to say that. This was 99. Like, I've said some stupid shit. And Alex witnessed a lot of it back then. And even I'm like, we're not supposed to say that. Ugh.
Yeah. But think of the character of Chris Saavedra at that time. That is something he would definitely say,
Yes.
and worse.
Yes. Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The shit we used to say to each other and whatnot. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah. Yeah, the shit we used to say to each other. And about people, too. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, especially considering Mackenzie. But
Which was weird for such a small town that so many people hated each other. And the shit people would say to each other in such a small town.
yeah.
And it's not like a city like Vancouver where you'd be tell someone, yeah, suck my dick, motherfucker. Because good chance you might not ever see that person again.
Exactly.
You are going to see this person again because it's Mackenzie.
You might see him at a house party that weekend.
There's a good chance that you could tell them to suck your dick in the morning and you're going to see them at the mall at fucking 3:00 in the afternoon. But it's, fuck. Funny, right?
You should put Mackenzie as one of the hashtags or one of the tags in the video and see what happens.
I have, actually.
Okay.
Nothing.
No.
Actually, I did some reading up on tags and it says it doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know that people really search for tags. I think they're more searching for subjects.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that. Subjects. So
like people, you normally type in hashtag Karen. They're going to type in Karen freakouts or Karen videos.
Yes, Karen videos. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I did today, not yesterday, I don't know how I stumbled upon the Karen in the shorts section of YouTube, but I got there eventually. Today I did that. Karen hashtag shorts in the YouTube search bar and found a bunch of them in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But people are not searching for tags a lot. You can click on tags and find a bunch of videos that way. I guess it goes, well, Jesus, the ratio of people viewing on Facebook to YouTube is going wild. 4 on my Facebook right now and 5 on YouTube. And then it was down to 1 on Facebook and 3 or 4 on YouTube. And at one point it was like 4 on Facebook, 1 on YouTube. What is going on? I'd love to see the analytics or like a rolling graph just to see what the hell is going on.
Well, I know we have that on YouTube, but you can't read that with the Facebook analytics.
That sucks.
So yeah. I'm just looking at because I figured maybe we could start talking about some music and stuff. I'm not wrapping up by any means. I'm just thinking other things to discuss.
No, it's when you start talking about food and getting hungry.
Yeah, no, I think
Hey Frankie, how you doing, huh? Did your stream finish early, Frank? What are you doing here?
Yeah, what the fuck? I was like, what is he doing here?
Why are you stepping on our toes, motherfucker?
Like, fuck, I'm out. Fuck, I'm done.
Yes. So Frank is talking about the retro movie review he and I did of The Rookie from 1990 with Clint Eastwood and Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go look at that shit, you bunch of twats.
I'll link to it, Frank, when you throw it up there on the tubes.
On the tubes. Yeah. That happened to us last week, but I think last week, Frank, we ran out of, because Alex had done the 2 hours, and then we did the 2 hours on Saturday. And what was funny is we should have kept going, because I was really feeling it. Right? But we stopped. So that happened to us last week. It kind of went like, yeah, we're kind of like we're just kind of plateauing, if you will. Anyways, back to music. I want to know, I think maybe we did discuss this on here. Oh, I'm going to ask you. I'll ask you, because you're not a big Facebook guy. I think Ryan commented Frank. I don't even know if Frank knows who the fuck Trooper is, but
he's old enough to know.
But in Ohio, he might not know who Trooper is.
Yeah.
I see you did there, Heather.
See what you did there.
So, Alex, which Trooper song? if you're gonna pick one to listen to, Raise a Little Hell or the Boys in the Bright White Sports Car.
They're both so overplayed on classic rock, but I'll go with Boys in the Bright White Sports Car just because I hear that a little bit less and I like that chorus more.
I love the chorus. So I was wondering, most of the people, it wasn't a lot of people, but I think Boys in the Bright White Sports Car on Facebook was up like 13-2. And I had 4 guys that I was kind of talking to and asked privately, and they said, yeah, Boys in the Bright White Sports Car. So, but anyways, while we're discussing, go ahead.
Brody on the opposite side?
No, actually, he wasn't.
Okay.
And actually, when I asked someone else, he's like, who are you arguing with? And I'm like, no, I'm not arguing with Brody. And I actually had to say it, and he laughed because he's like, I told him he was going to say Brody. Like, no, I actually asked Brody, and Brody said Boys in the Bright White Sports Car. He actually, I think he kind of said what your quote was here. I will get his quote here from Brody.
Hi, Brody, if you watch.
He actually watched later because he actually messaged me when we talked about that singer from the other band last week to find out who she was.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually messaged me. So they so he said both he said they're both great songs. I feel I've heard Raise a Little Hell a little more on the radio and it killed it for me. That's me too. Yeah, and that's exactly what I said too. You know.
Little bit of history. I guess Ryan's taken over Heather's spot and giving us some trivia. What happened to you, Heather? You've fallen so far in such a short time. You've given us no trivia no more.
Actually, and so my guitarist's dad actually opened for Trooper.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. But anyways, I'm going back to this. I had to ask because Frankie's here. No, not because Frank's here, but there's more guys can add to it. And I can't stop listening to the fucking song. And I said this a few weeks ago on my own Facebook was, I think Still of the Night by Whitesnake is the best hair metal song. It has fucking everything in it. It's got a cool riff in it. Fucking David Cloverfield, or whatever the fuck his name is, he rips the lyrics out. I love it. That is a baby making song. So Heather, when you want to get it on, Heather, that's a song we'll listen to. I know we can't have babies, but we can pretend to try. All right. Oh.
I don't recall the song. Is that a kind of a power ballad song?
Oh, very much so. Yep.
Okay. I would go with "Is This Love" as
that's another great song. That is that song for being the 80s, for an 80s band, it had some good tunes on it. They had 3 or 4 good songs off that album, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I think Still of the Night, Is This Love,
Here I Go Again.
Here I Go Again, and then crap. There was another one. Yeah, there was another one off that one with Tawny Katane flopping around on a car, right?
Oi, I'll have you know.
I'll have you know, I'm just not some hussy that's going to give it to your fat Canadian ass.
She's too pished to consent.
Too pissed, yeah.
That's going to be a shirt for you, Heather. Too pished to consent.
Too pissed to consent. I actually like that. White Snake. There was another one on there. It's bugging the fuck out of me. Oh, what is this? Is This Love Still the Night? Here I Go Again. Fuck, there's one more.
Did Tawny Katane die? Well, Ryan, you got the interwebs, so
I don't think she did. I know she got in like trouble for beating up like a baseball player or something like that.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure she Didn't she beat up like Kurt Schilling or some shit like that?
No idea. This is not my area of expertise. She died last year, Ryan says. Well, that sucks. Maybe she got a bat to the head. Yeah.
Oh, she did die last year. I did not know that.
The more you know.
Well, I don't think that really takes a banner to fucking... Yeah, I definitely recommend that. And it's still of a night. I just want to get close to you. Love so free. How did the white snake girl die? Dilated cardiomyopathy. The disease of the heart muscle. At the still of the night.
Oh, fuck. Here we go. So Gordon's not here, so Ryan's got to step in.
Well, OJ was released around the same time. He think, oh, Lord.
Just kidding, Gordon. In terms of music, there isn't anything that I've really been listening to over and over. Actually, what I have been listening to, and we're going to see an iteration of this on the show next week for the intro. Anyone out there who was a fan of the animated TV series of the Transformers?
Yes!
I'm looking at duplicating, well, maybe paying homage to, maybe copying, maybe ripping off the intro for season 3.
Yeah, fuck them fuckers.
I can't use the Hasbro music, unfortunately.
No, you cannot, because we will get
love
pegged
to.
hard for that.
So, Corey?
Tona. I'm all about the theme song from Peacemaker right now.
Peacemaker, which one?
The John Cena series that just got released on that thing.
Okay.
On
Netflix?
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. Based after the Suicide Squad. It's a band called Wigwam. That's the name of the fucking band.
Wow.
It's called Do You Really Wanna? I thought it was an 80s band. They're actually like it's kind of like a from 2009, so they're kind of like a Steel Panther, but not like the parody of they actually sing. Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Cool.
And Steel Panther. Check out some Steel Panther. Gang Bang at the Old Folks Home, Community Property, and She's on the Rag. She's on the Rag is awesome. She's on the Rag is mint for a fucking 80s song.
Hey, Frank, have you been on an 80s kick with regards to music or movies or both?
Well, series I'm finally getting through again. I'm just still working on it. Is Game of Thrones, and I've actually quite enjoyed it. The guy that was really bugging me to watch it said season 7 was his favorite, so I'm just getting into 7. And he said season 8 everything falls off the rails because they were trying to get it done. I do have there is something I need to bring up because I don't know if Alex knew it or not. Probably my oldest friend on this earth, Nathan Blackler, his sister passed away last weekend.
What?
Yeah, drug overdose. And
oh shit.
Yeah, it hit me really, really hard. Things I guess they're not doing anything for stuff like in funeral wise because if it had happened I probably wouldn't be here tonight because I would have been going back home.
Gotcha.
But it didn't. Nathan said they're not doing anything. But there is a song that I had on repeat for about 3 days, and I'm interested to know how many times. I want to see how many times I played it.
Nathan, if you're watching or listening, I'm so sorry, man.
He'll be up in McKinney. He's actually really not on social media at all or nothing like that. I don't remember I think his mom gave me his number and we've been in contact pretty much for the last 2 years just over text.
Nice.
Fuck it. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to find. Okay, Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly.
That is the name of the band. So this song, I don't just downloaded it, and I'm now at 20 plays for it. I only had it for a week and a couple weeks now, but I really went on hard because I didn't know what the song meant, and it's called "If I Ever Leave This World Alive," which I thought was kind of and I would recommend anyone listen to it. And if you take the perspective of listening to it in the way I have now, is my guitarist told me to listen to it because he wanted to do it for a folk thing we have going on. And I was like, yeah, I like the song. I'm trying to figure out the lyrics. And he said the lyrics to him was someone who got almost out of drugs.
Okay.
Because like he's like, it's saying like, if I ever leave this world alive, you know, like saying like, if I get out of these drugs, and you're gonna see how I, you know, and what it was like for me to be out of this and clear-minded. And there's a part in the song, I want to just read the lyrics. And the drums pick up and everything in this part, and it just makes, you know, and it says, she says I'm okay. Whew. I get a little like, fuck, I'm all right, though you have gone from my life. You said that it would be, and now everything should be all right. And it's just like, oh, like it's just, oh man. So in a word, don't shed a tear. I'll be here when it all gets weird, if I ever leave this world alive. And it's a very folky song. Like, guys, I love it. So yeah, Flogging Molly, if I ever leave this world alive. And he's got the Irish accent. It's heavy too. And it's a great, I recommend it, guys. Give it a listen. And once my guitarist, and this was before I found out about Stephanie, that I was like, oh wow. And that song just hit, because Nathan messaged me when we were talking about it, and like, he wouldn't even take my call, because I haven't, like, we just text, and he's like, dude, I can't talk to anyone right now. Like, he's like, I can't even talk to you right now. Just, I can't. So we traded texts for about 4 days straight, quite a bit.
Wow.
And he's like, you know, dude, he's like, I can't stop listening to Jane Says by Jane's Addiction.
Did she like that song, or is that just something?
Well, she used to listen when so we were 15, 16 when we heard that song. I remember Nathan introduced me to Jane's Addiction, and we used to listen to the shit out of that. And Stephanie loved the song, and it's just, he's like, it's so ironic that she loved that song and just what that song is about, right? So you know, but yeah, I'm not sorry to be the downer there, but yeah, give that song a listen, guys. Flogging Molly, if I ever leave this world alive.
Nice.
So
yeah, Heather, I would imagine Heather seeing people dying from drugs, it's probably a lot of young people in their 20s, maybe 30s, I would assume. People with cancer, yeah, sure, you'll have some people who get, I don't know, leukemia, who get some rare forms of cancer where they die in their 30s or something. But usually it's people in their 50s, 60s, 70s. That's when it gets you. Oof, that's rough.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I haven't been on too much of an 80s music kick. I've been watching quite a few movies from the 70s, as a matter of fact. Nothing that it's all over the place with age. Okay, well, have you seen, Heather, from your experience, an increase in overdoses in the past 2 years? I imagine that's a question you've been asked before. Hey, Dropkick Murphys, Green Fields of France.
Great song.
I'm going to listen to that, because I don't think I've heard it.
It's actually a cover too. I don't know who the original band is, but it is a cover. My Irish buddy told me that. High Kings? Is that who it is? He said it was a cover, but then it just popped up as Dropkicks right away. The High Kings. Maybe that's who the original was? I'm not sure.
Oh, here's a movie I saw from 1979 with a young Jeff Bridges. It's from 1979. It's called Winter Kills. Think about the JFK assassination and all the kind of trying to find out what was going on with that in the aftermath. That's kind of a roundabout way of explaining that film. Not exactly JFK, but a president was assassinated, and then his family tries to figure out what happened years later. Interesting film. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It was good because John Huston was in it. Climbing in the last 5. Jesus. I wonder if that's with regards to people doing like way more drugs than they should, or people becoming addicted, or I don't even know how to classify what that's all about. Volcano. Oh, wasn't that Tommy Lee Jones from 1998? Dante's Peak was released the same year, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. Yeah.
We saw Dante's Peak in the theater. Well, I saw it in the theater. I remember.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw both in the theater, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It was in the wake of Independence Day that Roland Emmerich and his disaster films, people were starting to, latch onto that as a form of, well, let's make a quick buck. But it's not really a quick buck because those movies can be expensive to make. Day After Tomorrow was really good. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Fentanyl. Yep. I had heard about, and this is complete bro science and hearsay, but there was or is a lab in China, not related to anything that was happening in the past 2 years.
China.
A lot of fentanyl was being added to drugs, and that was causing quite a few overdose deaths here in the Vancouver area. There was times, yes, where it was a fun disaster film. I think there was a chase scene probably halfway through or 3/4 of the way through. That was pretty good.
Before I forget, because I'm going to move away from this page, anybody that was a fan, I know it's far departure, of WWE back in the 90s, and especially of The Undertaker, he's being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year. You should go watch the video they put together, because they used Metallica's Sad But True to start it. And then, of course, he went to the American Badass, and with that theme, he went to the Kid Rock song. So then it switches from Sad But True to American Badass. Yeah, I reckon anybody that was a wrestling fan, even if you're briefly a fan in the late 90s, like when everybody was, go watch this video. I think you'll get a big kick out of it, because I thought it was excellently done. Even wrestling cynics that aren't big WWE fans anymore say it's an excellent video and a tribute. So, well, what's your favorite disaster movie? You have a lot, so mine are going to be like the ones that, my favorite one is The Day After Tomorrow. That's got to be up there. I really have to, maybe I'll bring a list up here, but right away, that's what comes to mind is The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, very good choice. I thought 2012 was very entertaining.
It was, yes, it was. It took a lot of shit, but I was entertained still.
Yeah, particularly because I like John Cusack. I think he's a good actor, and the way he has to go over the top, because I think in real life he's a quiet, cynical person, and him going over the top in that film, that was fun to watch. I recommend Grosse Pointe Blank as well. That's my favorite John Cusack movie. Yeah. That's a great movie from 1997.
I'm looking at popular. What?
That New Western.
Yeah, 1883. He was awesome. I love Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott's great.
I didn't see anyone bashing him about that.
It's probably someone on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, you're a fake cowboy," just trying to get clout or something.
I saw of the first 2 episodes of 1883, which was it's a prequel to Yellowstone, and I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I'm looking forward to trying to find the other ones because I'm not downloading the Paramount app or the Paramount app to watch the other ones. I liked it. So we've seen. But who's a fake what? The Rock isn't an FBI agent. Vin Diesel's not really a fucking car thief. He's a fake cowboy. Eat a bag of dicks.
George W. Bush is a fake cowboy.
Yeah. He's playing, god damn. Oh, that's a good disaster. Okay. Is Independence Day a disaster film?
I would consider it a disaster
awesome.
/ sci-fi. Yeah.
10 Cloverdale Lane was awesome. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Context, gentlemen. Context. You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Yeah, you totally can fight in here. It's fucking ridiculous.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah.
No, you didn't, because you didn't watch Dr. Strangelove, did you?
No, I didn't.
You mother.
No idea what you're talking about.
It's part of the thumbnail.
Yeah, the Cloververse was. I enjoyed it.
The first one was really good. I like 10 Cloverfield Lane. There was one they did in 2018 that was set in space. That one was all right. I didn't mind it. Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Then again, Sam Elliott is probably looking at it from the perspective of Westerns from the 70s, the 60s, and comparing them to now. And the tone is completely different now.
Yeah, it's not even the same anymore. It's kind of like what war movies went from, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they like where like with war movies, like was it like Saving Private Ryan where it was like, holy shit? I know Midway had some heavy shit in it. But like was Saving Private Ryan really the one where it was like, holy shit? Or Platoon?
Yep, Platoon. Well, Platoon didn't have as many intense moments that I can remember as Saving Private Ryan. Apocalypse Now was more. It was in a war setting, but it's somewhat different in terms of where it went, not just with war. Hamburger Hill, I remember from 1987. That was pretty intense at the time that I saw it. You look at war movies that were from the 1950s with The Duke, and then look at some of the war movies from the 1970s. Then again, the 70s that is its own contained, gem of cinema time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan. I had heard a lot of people talk about how intense that opening was. A lot of people, even to this day. Frank's talked about it on his show.
Yeah.
One sequel, actually one prequel that I wanted to see, and this would have been the third movie in the series, was I wanted to see an origin story for the Blair Witch Project. Because I had
I'd
heard...
be down for that.
Yeah, I had heard that the third one was going to be the origin of the Blair Witch, and I was really interested in that, but I don't think they got the funding for it.
That's a shame. Well, because that's the thing is like the first one was so good.
I liked it. Yeah.
And then the second one was just kind of like, like this is what we're doing, okay? And and I don't think I've watched any more after that because that second one just turned me right off of it.
Yeah. As much as I like Jeffrey Donovan as an actor, he couldn't save that movie.
No.
He did what he could, though. I liked aspects of that movie.
So the Blair Witch 2016. Okay, Book of Shadows. That's one I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's from the year 2000.
Yeah.
I think I saw that in the theater. I remember a bunch of us saw that the first one in the theater.
Yeah, I was there for both. I was in the theater for both of them.
Because I remember after we saw the first one, I think we were walking April and Penny home, and I was yelling out, "Tell me where you are!"
Yeah,
tell me from the movie.
Yeah, stop! What? Oh, fuck! Oh. They Live. This is movies that just popped up. Spaceballs. I love Spaceballs.
Not disaster movies, but okay. Good
no,
movie.
I'm just on IMDb. I was just looking to see if anything was going to be mentioned about a Blair Witch prequel, but there's nothing there.
I saw Blair Witch from 2016. It was pretty good for what it was. Oh, I loved Hereditary. Toni Collette is such a great actor. She is awesome. I love her. And Hereditary is disturbing.
Is it disturbing? Okay.
The ending fucked me up because I had no idea what the fuck.
I saw the kill count or whatever for it, so I got the gist of it kind of thing. Or not the kill count, but like Eli Roth had a thing on AMC about like history of horror.
Oh yeah.
And I saw they talked about that. So yeah. What the fuck? Who's this? Okay. What the fuck? Over? Okay. Now, so you went to movies. Now, what other else have I just downloaded? Do you really want it? Recently added. Why am I in 2018? What the fuck is wrong with this computer? $3 bill, y'all. That's an old one. All right.
Oof.
God. No, I didn't mind $3 bill, y'all. And Significant Other was, for what it was okay. But then after that, it was kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I bowed out after that.
Me too. Because, I mean, I remember Fred Durst saying, like, this is how, like $3 bill, y'all should have been, like, what Significant Other was. And I'm like, no.
No.
Like, because, like, Significant, or $3 bill, y'all was just raw.
Yeah.
And it was just, you know, like we talked about before, like Pollution and Crunk and Stuck and Sour. It's like, wow. You know, and then out came Significant Other. I mean, if you looked at it and treated it like it was two separate, like, wasn't even the same artist, you could be like, all right. But when you're like, wow, this is really the same fucking guy, holy shit.
Yeah. Yep, money will do that to some people.
Yep. Most definitely will.
A disturbing movie. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm going to go into this one. So there was a movie that was shot here in Vancouver in 2006. It is called... Oh, good Lord. Now I got to look for it. It is called... The name of the director is Lucifer Valentine. And... I'll find it. Give me a minute. Okay, I got it. The movie is called Slaughtered Vomit Dolls. The movie title tells you all you need to know about the movie. It is quite disturbing. It's got some decent gore to it, but the really disturbing part is all the vomiting that's in it. Yeah. Now, in terms of if you want to test yourself while watching a movie, do what I did, and there's a scene, I won't describe it entirely, but I'll tell you this much. There's a scene where there's a fat guy with a glass mug. And that's all I'm going to tell you. And unfortunately, I had to eat at that point in time. So what I had with me, one of the things I had with me was an avocado that was starting to get kind of ripe. So I had to eat that while that fat guy had that glass mug. and I was able to get through the scene without, stopping or throwing up. So if you want to test yourself, that's what you do. And I'm not watching any of his other films because I think I got the gist of it with that film, Slaughtered Vomit Dolls from 2006. Quite disturbing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that, so fuck you. So my guitarist has given me some covers. Like, there's covers of covers that we're really interested in doing, and we're gonna kind of make them our own. But one that we clearly can't do because it's a little too much ska, but I can't get enough of listening to this song is Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. They cover Paul Simon's. It's like a punk version of it.
Okay.
I fucking love it. I thought it was fucking great. What else we got? I do like how I can go on to, and I know you've been doing it forever. You do it for everything. I found a couple live versions of songs that I like to be able to take it from YouTube and put it onto tracks that go onto my phone. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
We have a version. My guitarist's dad is also in this folk band, and I don't know what movie it's from. Maybe if I say this, you might go, I don't know how many Westerns you've watched, but and John Wayne's in it, and Ricky Nelson and Dean Martin. And it's a Dean Martin song called My Rifle, My Pony, and Me. And Dean Martin's laying on like a bed in a jail house. And he just starts singing. And I was able to take that scene from the video and change it so I could learn that cadence for that, because that's the way we want to do it. So I thought it was really cool. And there's like live versions of songs I have found, but like the Gaslight Anthem and whatnot, that I really like when they do it live. It's not the greatest recording, but I could see the video, so it kind of helps me along going, yeah, I really like that song, right? So
nice.
And also the ability, and I love, oh God, this is what I love about my smartphone, is to have Shazam. Because I like some dance music. I'll hear something. Ooh, it's catchy. I like it, right? And it's like I'll never know who the fuck it is, but just be able to push my phone and go,
Yep.
sweet, there it is. I've actually a couple songs that I would have never guessed, and they're just your repetitive like club music, right?
Yeah.
But like a lot of times that's what's on in the gym, right? And I quite enjoy it. So I will say with technology, people bitch about technology. There's a lot of cool shit from technology that really helps us out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember back in the gym in Mackenzie in 2000 and 2001, I would hear the music that they were playing over the radio, and it would take me forever to find that music. And even not using Shazam in this day and age, I find a hell of a lot of music a lot faster, fortunately.
Yes, it is. Yeah, because a lot of times now you can go on and just say like the lyrics onto Google and it'll find the song for you, right?
Yep.
As long as you can get that little chunk of lyric right.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And I'm kind of glad that YouTube flagged our Thanksgiving episode, because I played that video at the end to play us out.
Yeah.
I'm glad they flagged it, because then I discovered what the title of the song was and who the artist was. So the copyright claiming is not always all that bad, although I took a chance. So
yeah. So, and I know I've discussed this before, but I like watching reaction videos, especially to music, especially when it's like African Americans discovering like Tool and System and Metallica. Yeah. My favorite one, there's a big, I think it's an 11-minute compilation video, just because it stops once or twice. Only maybe it's not 11 minutes, maybe 8 minutes or something. But it's people discovering The Pot by Tool.
Ooh.
And the look on their face is just like, wow. And it's like, if your mind's blown now, you're just getting started, right?
Yeah, you got to go back to I think it was Anemia from 1996.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is it Anemia or Enema?
Well, it's got an A in front of it. I'm assuming it's Anemia, but it's probably Enema.
I always thought it was Enema because the song Enema, when it talked about basically flushing the world away. Oh, excuse me, to shit myself. Another awesome one to watch with a bunch of people who had God, to think that these people hadn't heard this song, but it's a War Pigs reaction. And to watch their reaction with the lyrics and stuff, it's like, wow, because I just assumed everybody's heard War Pigs, right? But just to watch their reaction, to see the hearing this and the guitar. There's an African American gentleman named No Life Shack. He's hilarious when he watches metal. He's like, you shouldn't even be able to do this. What the fuck is that? Like he was listening to Rage Against the Machine. He's like, what the fuck is that? Is that a guitar? Like because he's just his mind. Yeah, he's No Life Shack. I probably never see this, but he's hilarious. Yeah, and watching his reactions to like Rage Against the Machine and Metallica. Like he's on the video of The Pod. He's like doing like a guitar and stuff like that. It's awesome. I love watching people discover music.
Yeah.
And that's my, like, I find on this show, like, you're super passionate about movies and that I'm super passionate about music. So I love being able to share music with people. And like, I love hearing when people say, I listened to that song and it was fucking amazing. Kind of like, I'm sure when you hear people say, dude, I watched that movie. You're right. It was awesome. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not watching your vomit movie because I'm sure it's disgusting. I will tell you that right now without even watching it. I'm not watching your vomit movie.
Well, that's bad for you, I guess.
I love what music does and makes, for like prime example. For a time when I was upset, but this is the time when I made me smile, was I hadn't watched Plane, Trains, and Automobiles in years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And when I was in the hospital after I got hurt, like the night before I came home, it was on. And when John Candy started playing the piano to the Ray Charles song there, Mess Around, I still smile. It just hit me, and it was for a brief couple of minutes. I forgot where I was because I was just like watching John Candy do his thing. And I was like, and every time I listen to that song now, I smile. It's great. I love what music can do. I love the emotional ride that music can take you on.
Yeah. Yeah. It can make people forget where they are. I still see people out there on the street. They're listening to music that they love, and they're throwing their bodies around. They're behaving in a way that they normally wouldn't if had they not been listening to music. That's the power that music can have.
And even if you're in an area like today at the gym, what came on? It was a rap. I can't remember what rap song came on, but I'm sitting there fucking like just in between my my 45 seconds in between sets, going like nobody in their gym. It wasn't full, but there was quite a few people there, and I'm just fucking like like fuck,
Professor of Rock. Nice. There's one for you.
I'm writing it down right now. See, trusty notepad. See, now what I'll do is I'll go when we're done here, or maybe I'll do it right now so I don't forget, is I'll put that in my search engine, and then when I'm at the gym tomorrow, I will look them up while I'm on the treadmill. Professor Rock. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, I love what, and I can, so here, I'll read because I have no qualms about my music. I'm 42 years old. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't. At the time, I think I've shared the story before. Me and Trevor were driving. It was just me and him. This wasn't the time Alex was speeding in the Mustang. And we're going to Prince George. We listened to Bare Naked Ladies all the way down there, singing away. The minute we got into Prince, Bare Naked Ladies got hid in the glove box and Limp Bizkit went in the Discman. So you had to be cool. You had to care what you, okay? So I'm going to give you the songs I've downloaded like the last, this is the variety that I listen to. And I listen to all this shit, okay? First off, I downloaded, it's a Rock House. It's actually the original NWO guitar without the NWO stuff in it. So, okay. And I downloaded Razor Ramon's theme song because Scott Hall passed away this week. Razor Ramon has passed away. So those are the two I wanted to shout out. So this is where my music goes. She's So Unusual, Cyndi Lauper. I'm just going to read you the albums because I don't have the songs I downloaded. Smile, Empty Soul, Bottom of a Bottle. I know that's one I downloaded. Rock Set, it was the greatest hits. Kim downloaded it while coming over from Calgary. Can't remember the name of the song. And then this becomes all mine. Iron Maiden, AFI, A Father's Love. It's a variety of artists. That's My Daughter in the Water. You know, you've heard that song, no? The end of Knocked Up, when Seth is with his baby, his daughter. That's my daughter in the water.
Okay.
Okay, that's the song. And then there was a dance song that I heard in the gym. Disturbed, Brett Young, country singer. The Gaslight Anthem, POD, Outkast, Blur, The Black Eyed Peas, Wigwam, Eric Johnson, Front Porch Step. That's a newer band, like it's one of Cohen's things that I heard. Chuck Maglioni, Where Brother For Art Thou, Story of the Year, Counting Crows, Daniel Boone from our friend Heather, Natalie Taylor, Lita Ford, Sawyer Brown, the Barstool Prophets, Hanoia Rock, Avatar, Alter Bridge, the Everly Brothers, Jake Everly, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Hank Williams, The Band, Flogging Molly, Blink-182, Jet, Ray Charles, Steve Martin. Yes, that's Steve Martin. He's a very accomplished banjo player, actually.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
You should listen to the song Caroline by him. It's fucking hilarious. James Brown, Mark Cohen, Van Halen, The Payola, Dwight Yoakam, They Might Be Giants, Jim Jeffries, got some comedy on there. Iron Maiden, more Maiden. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, The Ramones, Gaslight Anthem again. This is how, like, Motorhead, Clay Walker, MKTO, Jefferson Airplane, Notorious B.I.G. That's how much my music goes. Woo! Fucking all over the map. I love it. So, yeah. Who's messaging me now? For the love of fuck! Anyways. All right, my friend. What else you got?
I do have, I think, 2 more videos. I think I want to save those, however, for next week.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, because, don't save them.
I'm going to recommend a movie.
Okay.
I think I've recommended this before, but it had quite an effect on me. This is a German film from 2017.
Acataribra.
Yeah. It's it's kind of disturbing, and I love the tone of it because it is a dark and slow moving film. Maybe I should put it up on the screen. It's called Hagazusa. I probably will have to put it up on the screen. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm not even gonna. Sorry, I'm not gonna watch it. I gotta read. I'm not even gonna be like, yeah, I'll write. No. I think honesty is the best policy. No, that's just not gonna happen.
I liked it because I like stuff that's really far out of the norm. I'm starting to appreciate that more and more as I go on with my movie watching hobby, let's call it.
But you know what, dude? It's not a bad hobby to have, because the one I have that involves music can get fucking expensive.
Especially if you're playing it as well. All I'm doing is watching movies. I'm not a filmmaker.
And I am playing it, so it's getting expensive. But that being said, I'm going to plug some shit now. Me and the gentleman from Another Simple Solution will be playing, well, for sure, Cornfest, but we actually have 3 more dates we might be playing, so we're just waiting. And next Friday, me and the boys are going to be at an open mic in Lethbridge at the bar called Honkers. So if you guys are in the Lethbridge area, please come and listen to us. There'll be no streaming of it or anything, but and we'd like anyone who wants to come out, come and check us out. So
what about future world champion of the galaxy, Dewey Robson?
Future world champion of the galaxy, current PPW cruiserweight champion, will be in action actually next Friday in Nobleford wrestling. And then on Saturday, I will be going to watch the future world champion of the galaxy, current PPW cruiserweight champion, fights Kyle Sebastian Saturday in Lethbridge. Me and Coach Jensen will be going to that. So that's always a good time. So
right on.
So I had to play this video because I know you usually get the last video or as we exit. Future world champion of the galaxy, Dewey shared this with me. I got a kick out of it, and I thought you might get a kick out of it too. Because I giggled. I'm like, yeah, I know this pain. I think you might. I think we've talked about this before. When you're just trying to work out in the gym, and we might get dinged for this, but hey, whatever.
If there's any music, you got to mute that shit.
Hey! What's this?
That'll turn the music off. Goddamn kids in my gym. I'm like, oh, I've been here.
Yeah, I remember this. This was great.
Like, so much for CTE, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Get out of my gym. And here comes a shitty stunner. I'm sure WWE is going to fucking ding us for that, but oh well.
Yeah, and when that happens, I'll just cut that section of the video and leave the rest. Yeah.
So. But
it's worth it.
Yeah, when Dewey sent that to me, I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So.
All right. So we're gonna bounce.
We're gonna piece the fuck out of here.
Yes. But thank you again to everyone who watched, including Frank and Heather and the Redneck. And who else was here? Corey stopped in for a minute. Thank you, Corey. Hope you're not smelling like fish too much these days.
And he stopped in for a hot minute.
Dad stopped in for a hot minute as well. Thank you, Dad. Penny was here, and Jolene was here as well. Gordon was here for a while. Thank you, Gordon. Good to see you again. And who else? I think that, and I'm going to say it to him tomorrow, probably drop it on his latest video. Happy 40th birthday to Casey is Raw.
Yep, happy birthday, you 40-year-old fucking man-child. Good night, Frank. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Frank. Hey, Frank, imagine being a mob
Casey,
boss.
bro. Yeah.
I'm fucking being a mob boss and having to listen to that all day. Hey, forget about it. Hey, how you doing, huh? Hey,
Hey, paisano, what the fuck, eh?
hey, how
Hey,
you doing?
hey,
Forget about it.
yeah, hey, hey.
Kill them all. Fuck Casey is raw. Ooh,
Shots
Gonna-
fired.
they're gonna go head to head one day in an old man match, old man wheelchair match.
Yeah. God.
Hoy ahoy, Ryan! Thank you very much for being here again,
Ahoy,
as usual.
ahoy.
I wonder, was he the first one here on our first video? I'll have to go look that up. It's not like we're going to give you a prize or anything. I mean, you you chose to waste your time with us, and we thank you for that.
We'll give you a whole
We'll give you a whole
thumbs up.
All right, everybody. See you next Thursday. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.